In a quiet suburban neighborhood, the old woman, Mrs. Hargrove, was a figure of intrigue. She lived alone in a weathered house, draped in shadows, her 2 dogs always by her side. They were unlike any dogs the neighbors had ever seen, tall and sinewy, with glistening skin that shimmered in the moonlight, their eyes glowing like embers. At dusk, the sounds of her muttering filled the air, though no one could decipher her words. Some claimed she was talking to the dogs. Others whispered that she was conjuring dark spells. The neighborhood children dared each other to peek through her fence, but each time, they recoiled at the sight of her hunched silhouette and the eerie gleam of those alien eyes watching them from the shadows. One night, curiosity got the better of Jamie, a bold teenager. He crept closer, heart pounding, when suddenly, a low growl echoed from the yard. The dogs stared directly at him, their eyes locking onto his. He stumbled back, nearly falling over, when he noticed Mrs. Hargrove standing at the door, her expression unreadable. "Come closer, dear," she beckoned, her voice raspy yet inviting. "They're just curious." Jamie hesitated, but an inexplicable urge drew him in. As he approached, the dogs circled him, sniffing the air. He felt a chill run down his spine. Then, without warning, Mrs. Hargrove whispered something. A command, perhaps. The dogs paused, tilting their heads, their eyes narrowing. Suddenly the lights flickered in the neighborhood, and Jamie found himself enveloped in darkness. The growls intensified, and he realized the dogs were not just curious, they were hungry. Panic surged through him as he turned to run, but the way back seemed to stretch infinitely. "Stay," she hissed, her voice now laced with a haunting tone. Jamie froze, feeling an unseen force grip him. The last thing he heard was the sound of her laughter, a chilling melody that echoed through the night as the dogs closed in, eyes glimmering with a hunger that transcended earthly instincts. The neighborhood never saw him again. Mrs. Hargrove, however, continued to mutter, the dogs by her side, their alien forms watching, waiting for the next curious soul.